gracious, most merciful. Dear listeners, and dear friends and beloved ones, I just thought about sharing one thing that we need to be very careful about in this life. You know that this life is full of tribulations, hardships, and tests. And while we are going in this yo-yo life, sometimes up, sometimes down, you need to be very careful about your mental well-being and psychological well-being. One of the malaise or diseases that we need to be very careful about is psychological frailty. Psychological frailty or weakness. And it's one of the most dangerous spoilers of happiness for any individual in this life. It is again the inner weakness or a frailty. What it is exactly? It is when you quickly become sad. As soon something strikes you in life, you become sad quickly. And it is when your psyche changes because of a word. You become so oversensitive because of a word. One word may really disturb you quickly. And it is when you become so much attached to a person, you love him a lot. And it is when you exaggerate things and inflate events or situations or certain events that are really occurring in your life. And it is when you excessively always whine and complain and complain. And it is also when you inordinately or you become over emotional in your love to something or someone. Thus, you become a frail person from within, and you become so fragile, always psychologically defeated, and that's a really very dangerous malaise or sickness. So what are really the remedies to regain your stamina, psychological, mental stamina? Well, it boils down to attaching yourself to Allah. Glorified be He and exalted be He. You have to be strong in faith, and you have to attach yourself to your Creator and cherisher and sustainer. Without this, you will be susceptible to falling into this malaise or disease, psychological frailty or weakness. So the remedy is also to have a strong will and to be faithful in your trust of Allah. Also, not to despair regardless of life hardships, tribulations and tests. Not to pay much attention to those who have really failed you miserably and they just walked away in a time when you wanted really them to be around you. And to always say, Hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakeel. O Allah. Always say, O Allah, you are sufficient for us. O Allah, you are sufficient for me or for us, and you are the best disposer of affairs. Hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakeel. And always remember that the warrior is not just the one carrying weapons. Rather, It is he who possesses the mental and psychological stamina to overcome his weak points and failures in life. Hence, he or she strongly marches forward in life. Always be grateful, as Allah will always hear those who are thankful. And the more you thank Allah, the more He will give you. And the more you thank Allah, the more He will give you. And the more you thank Allah and you are grateful, the more He will give you. He will increase your bounties and blessings. Never lower your ears listening to anyone as if you allow every incoming thought or word to penetrate your mind. You will be responsible, not the sender. Again, I will repeat this. Never lower your ears listening to anyone, especially when they're saying something negative. I mean, of course, you have to pay attention to those who would say something of great value. You need to listen to the people, of course, attentively, but never succumb to those who will disparage you or say something that is really negative. If you allow any incoming thought or word to penetrate your mind, you will be responsible, not the sender. To end, believing in Allah and following the godly commands is the way to happiness and psychological and spiritual comfort. I would pray to Allah for you and for me. May Allah increase us in faith and attachment to Allah, our Creator. And may Allah grant us strong faith and wisdom and trust in our Creator, Allah, and follow His path, His only path, the straight path, the path of those prophets, all of them, starting from Adam and ending with Muhammad, because that's the path that everybody must follow, not should follow, because that's the path of our Creator who has created us. And it is complete, peaceful submission to Allah, our Creator. With this, I would like to bid you farewell and to thank you very much for listening to me. This is Dr. Khalid Al-Dosari from Dammam, Saudi Arabia. Take care, everybody, and peace may prevail all over the world. Salam. Alhamdulillah. Praise be to Allah.